How you guys doing? Today on Age of Empires Mobile, we're going to be going over some battle reports breakdown. Because let's be honest, the battle report system in this game is kind of cracked. Like, I've never seen a more in-depth battle report system in a game. I'm going to be real. You can look at your stats. You can look at your opponent's stats. You can even look at other people that are in the rallies stats, which is crazy. And this is down to your heroes, gear, you name it. You can see everything. And that's kind of what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some of battle reports and check out what people are running and see if we can learn a little bit from these battle report system. And at the same time, you, the viewer, can obviously learn how to access these yourself and maybe learn a bit. So let's smash the comment, smash the like, and smash the subscribe button for more Age of Empires Mobile content with me. And with that said, let's get into today's video. What we're going to be doing is going through a bunch of battle reports between Galapago and Caiphus, which is during the last City Clash event. If you look at the date there, you can actually see this was on the 16th. So it was all to do with the City Clash. I wasn't online at the time, so I was unfortunate. That makes this absolutely epic battle that I have been told of. So what we're going to do, though, is go through a normal report. And we're going to go for a flag report, because the flag report is really where it gets interesting when it comes down to breaking things down. But if we look at a normal report, right, we're going to just kind of understand the basics of what you can see. And then with the next report, we can take it that next step further. So here we have the very first report. And the reason why we're putting this up on screen is because of the heroes that's going to be used. Yes, you heard right. We've got the first reports here with King Arthur, Trib, and we've got, I believe that's Constantine in that formation going against Caiphus's, Bushra, Tariq, and Sid March. I really like this match. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is a very powerful match. People are underrating it, and people are giving Tariq a bad name. I don't know why, but they just are. A really powerful combo. This honestly does an insane amount of damage and insane amount of utility. But we get to see how much we get to earn with the King Arthur, right? So if we go into here, this is going to be the first report, right? Where we've got total power loss to their total power. We've got loss of 621 to 48 grave wounded, as well as the lightly wounded troops. If we go down, we can see there's not much. This is kind of like, if you want to say, an extra hit. So we don't really want to look at that report, right? We kind of just want to look at the top report. So if you want to dive into this one, all you got to do is hit the very top comparison on it. So you can see how we got the battle report, hit that comparison now, and we can see everything. We can see everything to do with these heroes. So if we hide myself right now, you can see exactly what Galapago was running, as well as Caiphus in this fight. So you've got Sword of Radiance, High Spirit, Furious Charge, and then we've got the Trib with obviously her main skill, Kingsblade, Righteous Judgment. You got the Constantine with High Spirit and Peaceful Haven, and then on the Caiphus side, on this, on the whole Sid setup on the cavalry, we're running double attack, Roar of Victory, and then Roar of Victory combo again. And this is a very powerful combo that I will talk about in a video, but the way this is working is just super high rage generation. So it allows you to actually scale through your cycles really fast, which is really cool. Weak spot attack, we know this, and then you got tenacity and a Peaceful Haven on that Bushra, right? So now we know what they were running, and what's cool about this, again, you can go even more in depth on this, right? So we're looking right now at the formation of Caiphus, and you can see what he were running at the time, right? Level 60, 30, 60, and 30 on his legendary gear. You can go into these gear slots now and even check out the gem attributes. Like, what is that? Like, that is so crazy. So this helmet he's running at the current time has heroes unit capacity up, all unit attack up, and then hero unit capacity up again. So he's got more capacity. So technically, the more troops he has, he should be dealing more damage per turn, which makes sense. To be honest, it does make sense what he's thinking on here. Is it the best gems? I don't know. We haven't had that testing yet. But then again, looking at the next one, right, we've got the triple on the Infinite Land special. Like, oh, this is crazy, this gear. Guys, this is crazy, right? This is looking at some of the most powerful players in the game, which is obviously Gala and Caiphus. We're going to look at Caiphus's gear as well in a second. But this is, again, hero active skill damage up, skill damage up, and passive skill damage up, all in the same tailor. So I like the fact that he's kind of going down on this route, right, where you're kind of focusing on a specific one tailored, you know, unit or damage type or stat type for each of the gears. So I do like that. This is what his King Arthur were running at the time. We can go into his talent page. I hope. No, you can't. Oh, that's so upsetting. That's the one extra thing I think everyone was hoping to see, but you can't go into that. That's fair enough. So now we're going to jump into Caiphus, right? So Caiphus is Sid. We've got Tarek and we've got the Bushra, but he has not got any super crazy gear. Let's be real. He doesn't. He's got some nicely started, so 30, 30, 30. And then on the Bushra, this is probably what he's going to be working on next, because it's got these guys, 230 we can see. And he's got gems on some of his gear. So if you look on this, we've got 2 slotted gems on this, and we've got 2 slotted gems as well. So we've got a hero secondary skill strike damage up. Really important for actually Sid. So really good call here. Like that actual gem stuff he's got on there. And just all unit health. I actually like this too. I think what this is, I'm going to be honest, Caiphus obviously probably being a Rise of Kingdoms player and me being a Call of Dragons and a Rise of Kingdoms player, understand that HP realistically is a super, super safe choice, because generally in most of these games, the more health your units have, the more damage they can actually take. So you sustain in that battlefield a lot longer, so you can actually deal more damage, stay out there, get more merits, right? So it actually makes sense what he's gone for with both of these gems, right? The HP for the helmet, and then we've got the secondary skill damage increase because of all of the Sid damage on his actual skill here. Deals and 1 extra instance of might damage if they're slow. This is an insane amount of damage. People saying this match is bad. I don't understand how. I really don't. I know it has a low activation chance, but that's what you're going to be offsetting. Again, as we kind of talked about, that Raw of Victory generating you 23.6 rage, and you've got the Tarek now doing the exact same thing with his Raw of Victory and increasing the damage of any hero secondary skills by 30%, and increases the activation chance of it by 10%. So you can see how all of this match is funneling into the Sid to make Sid an absolute powerhouse, and it is a really good match. And I love it. I love it. So that just showcases there, look, how much info we could really dive into in a battle report. And that's just from one of these, you know, areas. You can also go into the details now. In the details, you can actually see how much damage was being applied from certain skills. So here we can see on the first part, we got damage activated from our King Arthur here, 14.6k damage. Unfortunately, no activation yet on the Sid, so he had 498 damage. Going down now, we have the 1 activation on the Tarek, which is giving the 1.1k. But again, looking across on the Trib and her normal skills, it's basically 3,000 damage here. Coming down, the Constantine not really doing too much. He's doing healing though, which is good, and buffing, so 309 healing. But Bushra doing way more healing, 900, basically nearly triple the amount of healing, and actually applying that debuff. So she did apply the debuff onto the targets, and you don't know what we're talking about here. She's able to disarm the targets, meaning you cannot launch normal attacks against them. And this is very, very powerful against certain formations, you know, the ones that really do rely on dealing normal attack damage, doing a double attack state, and so forth. Really powerful hero to counter stuff like that. So I like to see that. We can see all of this info again in that detail area. If you go to the stats, you can see the actual total damage dealt from all the heroes, normal attacks, might, skill, strat, all of it, right? We get to see all of it. We triple disarm on there. That is kind of crazy. I'm going to be honest, kind of crazy. And then going to the buffs now, we can actually see the team bonuses. So here, clear stat difference, right? This is a clear stat difference in the advantage on Gala versus the Cavs. And you got to remember, I think the infantry do counter the Cavs, or it's pikemen that counter the Cavs, shall I say. So this is going to be pretty one-sided, especially with obviously our heroes. You can see on the heroes themselves, you've got King Arthur 722 might versus the 522 on the Sid. It is crazy. So that's the first battle report. That's the first battle report I wanted to kind of showcase and get you guys in this video's mood, because the next one is where we're going to showcase some other mechanics that I haven't showcased already. And the cool part about reports, especially if you're in a rally report or a garrison report, these ones are insane. So here you can see the amount of losses we actually lost on this fight, right? 127k to 120k, gravely wounded 852, 810, lightly wounded 3.2 to 3.1, right? So you can see these all rolling, right? 96 to 93. He was a bit more positive in our favor, but it wasn't the greatest, right? Coming a bit further down again, you can see some guys, I think, basically trying to swarm the flag here, and we're getting to see some of these damages coming through. So what you're able to do, though, which is really good about these reports, is at the very top, you can see there is a list, and that's kind of what we were watching. Or you can click on this bar, and this bar is showcasing the fight again, right? So you can see how here at, well, this stage, we have 40,000 reinforcements in our thing coming in, right? If you go down to this next point, you can see reinforcements to our side again. So really, really cool how we're able to see all of these like graph infos and how the enemy are even, you know, like gaining and how their progression were throughout the fight. And when you come all the way to the end, obviously you can imagine this is just how it ends, right? The whole shebang. So really do enjoy the graph. And then when we're going to the comparison now, the one thing you can do in a rally and a garrison, which is one step further, and I think the Smash Squad are going to absolutely love this video because they're going to learn this if they haven't learned this already, and it's going to make our empire in general really, really strong when it comes to our future fighting. Because what you can do in here, you can see obviously the fights that happen, and this is what's really good. We can actually check out everyone. We can check out every single person that was actually participating within our fight. So if we wanted to check out Rotty, we can check out Rotty's march, right? If we come over to the Caiphus side, we could go to Caiphus, right? And then go across and see who was participating. Is the main man Chisgul online, or was he offline like me? Looks like he might have been offline like me. Go all the way across, just double check. Doesn't look like he was in. So if we go up to Raz, right, you can see we changed from there and we've got Raz up now. We can see Raz running pretty much the exact same setup here as each other. The differences are, let's have a look. We have Active Mercy, Critical Insight. On our Attila with Raz, he's running Armor Piercer and Critical Insight. And then we look at Rotty's Rani, Kingsblade, Warriors him, Kingsblade, Warriors him. So the only actual difference between both of these players is this one skill, Armor Piercer versus Active Mercy. And obviously this might be just down to not wanting to unlock every legendary skill on the hero and having to save that for someone else, which makes perfect sense. But you can, this is what I love. I absolutely love the fact that these reports allow you to see what people are building. So again, if we come across, we can look at Razor, right? Go to Razor, running pretty much the identical now setup here. Instead, he's going for the weak spot attack, so the actual just true damage burst, over the Active Mercy, which is a buff, right, to your team, which is really good, or it does more damage, I say, to the enemy. So really, really powerful. And basically for you guys, like I said, for you guys and me, this is a system that is pretty complicated to get really in depth and understand what you're reading, right? However, at the same time, it's going to allow anyone, right? You can look at what people are running and have a good idea. Okay, if more people are running this one march, maybe I should be running the same march, right? So here you can see Dom versus Silver. We can see basically the differences in the progression, right? We've got a Leo, Joan, and a Barbosa, and we've got Richard, Leo, Barbosa. This is like the free-to-play almost version, apart from buying the Leo, versus almost the big spender, right? The big spender version. And it's cool to see how you're able to get Richard. You got Lionheart with the Whirlwind Sweep, Forceful Retaliation. And then for you, maybe Dom, who's watching this video, kind of curious what skills he might need to buy, he can look at this player, right? Fierce Retribution, Whirlwind Sweep again on that Leo. So maybe he wants to do that. And he could actually keep looking around, right? And keep finding, there we go, another march, and see if there's another march just like this Leo who's got fierce retribution, whirlwind sweep. And it's allowing me and allowing you, the viewer now, to basically learn, right? You're learning from your battles, even if you're not, you know, the strongest player, you're finding that information out because of other players around you that might be stronger, that might be spending money, and you've learned from this battle report. And that's kind of what I wanted to make this video really emphasis in on, right? The fact that you're able to do this in this game. And honestly, the battle report system is crazy. It is just so crazy and what you're able to do. Honestly, even when we're coming into the troop details, we can see what troops were in. We can click on the troop types as well. So here, Dom, we can see all the troops he was bringing in. In enemy troops, we can go again. Caiphus bringing in T7. We've got Raz, T7. Razor, let's check what he was bringing out, T6, right? And it's so good that you can find this out, because if you're at a real war scenario, and you're fighting to the death for like the Imperial City, or in future Empire versus Empires that we all hope comes to Age of Empires Mobile, right? We need to know what the enemy are running. And if we can do that intel report, honestly, that is going to save you so many troops and give you that slight advantage in the open field, because you know what your opponent has and what they don't have, right? So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Honestly, we've gone through 2 main battle reports there. There's obviously loads more we could be going through, but that is kind of a whole gist of things, right? You know, hopefully now, how to kind of go through a battle report, as well as the power of actually getting in one and checking out all the different players by changing them on the little arrow, you know, buttons and switching up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a real pleasure, and soon our Imperial City will be opened in our Kingsland, right? So it's gonna be an amazing finale on here for the Path to the Imperial City event, where honestly all of us are competing for a $10,000 prize pool, which is crazy. And if we win it in GRG, honestly, it's going to be crazy. If I get anything, I will say it right now on record, I'm not claiming any prizes. I'm going to actually just give them away. So if we win in GRG, honestly, you guys, if I get anything, you're getting it. If I get any gift codes, if I get a new phone, anything, that is going to be yours from this Path to the Imperial City event. So if you've enjoyed it, smash like, comment, and subscribe. It's been a pleasure making this video for you guys to do battle reports once again. And with that, we're at the end. So stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky. Peace out.